What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you our next matchup in the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC tournament. So if you're new and you're wondering what this is, very simple. It is a tournament that's for fun. Gotta stress that. What is it? It's basically a tournament of 72 characters that me and my community put together. Less now because characters have already been eliminated, but we still got quite a few matches to go in the tournament. But basically, each day on the channel, I upload one matchup from this tournament, and then down in the comments, we vote for one of the two characters that are in the matchup for the day. And I think today is what, Sub-Zero against Spyro, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll go over the match in just a little bit, and then down in the comments, you type your answer. One of the two characters. You only get one vote, so make it count, but you can vote for both. That is totally fine. Other rules, double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose 2 times before being officially eliminated. You lose once, you drop to the loser bracket, you lose from there, you're done. If there's ever a tie in the voting, I flip a coin on camera. Best and fairest way to break the tie. We've done it a few times, and maybe we have to do it in the future, who knows, but fingers crossed that we don't. But let's see, voting-wise, each match only stays open for 1 week, so today's upload, we will find out the results next Wednesday. 1 week, so very simple. Otherwise, all the rules are out of the way, and again, this tournament is for fun. We have all sorts of weird characters, first party, third party, assist trophies, spirits, anime characters that are disconfirmed, so again, it's all for fun. Vote for who you still want, regardless of their situation. So, let's get into the results. So last week's matchup was Waluigi taking on Bandana Waddle Dee, and we're in the winner's bracket, so remember, whoever loses this isn't done from the tournament. They will just drop to the loser bracket. So, of course, we all know who I voted for, but I love both the characters. I honestly hope both of them get in. I'm a big Bandana Waddle Dee fan as well. I just like Waluigi way more. He's my #1 want. So, it was actually a pretty close matchup. I will admit that. It was pretty close. So, where is the results? Here we go. Bandana Waddle Dee ends up taking the victory. So, 43 votes for Bandana Dee. And Waluigi only 34, so I mean it was within 9, which is still pretty decent. I mean, puts up a fight again. So the winner's bracket, so Waluigi just drops to the loser bracket. He's not out of it yet, but congrats to Bandana Dee, moving on to the next round to take on Tails. That should be a good matchup. I definitely look forward to that one. So with all that out of the way, let's get to the matchup for the day. Like I said, it's should be game 81. Let's go here. And this is the loser bracket now. Today's matchup is a part of the loser bracket. There we go. Game 81, Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat taking on Spyro the Dragon from the Spyro series. Or, I mean, if you want to say the Skylander series, I suppose. Let's jump into it. So, first up, Spyro. Spyro, big character, third party, Activision. Activision does not have any reps in Smash. Now again, Crash is owned by Activision as well, so if Activision gets one of a character in Smash Bros, those two, Crash and Spyro, might be the most likely between for their company to get represented. So Spyro has some very stiff, tough competition to go up against here, but Spyro still holds his own very well. Spyro was one of the gaming's big, do you want to say mascots? One of the biggest names in gaming in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like PlayStation was pretty much, they were rivaling Nintendo. Obviously, Nintendo was killing it with the Mario and Legend of Zelda and Pokemon. But PlayStation, even though they didn't own the characters, they didn't own Crash and they didn't own Spyro, they were still pretty much kind of like the faces of PlayStation, so it's always kind of been like a little bit of a rivalry, Crash against Mario, Spyro against Mario, Spyro against Link, Spyro against Poke. I mean, you understand. Sony against PlayStation, Sony against Nintendo rivalry. We've always wanted to see kind of like a crossover. I mean, that's what's so great about games. That's what's so great about Smash Bros. It brings all these different third parties together, and you can just have fun. Play it, duke it out with friends, duke it out with random people online, and you get to experience these matchups between these iconic characters. That's what's great about Smash Bros. So Spyro definitely holds his own in terms of like weight and not like physical weight, like how big he is, but like his name, his potential moveset, the amount of people he could end up bringing over, or that or what I'm trying to say, like, he'd bring over from maybe his franchise that never played Smash Bros. Before, and it'd be people that would be a big Spyro fan, and they'd be like, actually, you know what, that'd be kind of cool to see Spyro in this, mascot party brawler game, and, fighting with other legendary characters like Mario, or Mega Man, or Cloud, or Ryu, you get where I'm going with that. So, Spyro would sell. That is, I think, we could pretty much all agree on that. Even if you don't like the character that much, I think you would agree he would sell. He's a big enough name. People know who he is. That would be very hype for the community if this ever were to happen. So, yeah, we only got 2 slots left in the Fighter Pass 1. Fingers crossed that we get a Fighter Pass 2, which would be really cool. I love Smash, so I'm hoping more content eventually. But if we only get Fighter Pass 1, it is what it is, and we'll live with it. But oh man, Spyro! Just thinking of Spyro in the game would be so cool. And plus, both these characters, Spyro or Sub-Zero, if you're into amiibos like I am, having a little amiibo figure of Spyro, that'd be sick. That would be amazing. I would love to see that. Plus, he's already a part of the Skylanders, and they were kind of already the Toys to Life sort of figurines. So definitely not new to that world. And plus, Nintendo did have a Bowser and a Donkey Kong. I always forget that. I think it's both of them, but they had like their own Skylanders. So they've worked with Activision on this sort of stuff in the past. So potentially we get a Spyro amiibo for Smash Bros. If you were to obviously get in Smash Bros. But come on, Spyro, big enough name. I think we all would enjoy this. Again, Spyro's not anywhere near like the top of my list, but if I see Spyro, I'm cool with it. I'm like, yeah, welcome addition. Bring it. Let's go. Come on, put him in the roster. I'd be 100% no qualms, nothing bad to say about it. I'd be stoked. That'd be really cool to see. Personally, between Crash and Spyro, I'd rather have Crash, but Spyro still would make an excellent addition. So let's go to his opponent here. Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. Now, yes, Sub-Zero, and I still hate that tagline. I hate this that I still have this picture. But Sub-Zero, Mortal Kombat, M-rated, mature sort of character. Now, it's not out of the realm of possibility that, it's not out of the realm of possibility Nintendo could end up choosing another M-rated character. I could see it happening. I think it's in the ballpark for discussions at least. And plus, Mortal Kombat as a series is worldwide. No, it's known around the world. People know what Mortal Kombat is. Yes, it might be banned in Japan, but Mortal Kombat. Okay, this is a weird argument. Mortal Kombat is banned in Japan, not the individual fighters. You could have the individual fighter in Smash Bros. Now you could raise the argument. Well, if you put phone. But you could make the argument, alright, well, if the Mortal Kombat series is banned in Japan, why would they end up putting a Mortal Kombat rep in Smash Bros? Well, you got to remember, it's not just one region that's looking to get a character. I mean, sure, Banjo was very big over here in the States, so, I mean, that's kind of one thing, but Phil Spencer did have a big hand in getting Banjo into Smash as well, so I'm not saying it's just one region that they're going to look at and go, all right, what does Japan want only? I mean, you could kind of say Japan got the Dragon Quest hero. If you really wanted to bring up this argument, you can kind of go on and on and on. But I think character-wise, pretty much the rest of the world knows who he is. People would buy the character. Sub-Zero is arguably one of the faces. I know a lot of people would say Scorpion's the face, and I'd probably agree with that, but you can make a very strong case for Sub-Zero as well. Plus, you can always tone down the Mortal Kombat characters. You just don't have the blood and the gore in their moveset. It's very simple. You don't have the impaling and, ripping somebody's spine out. You're not going to have that. No. Sub-Zero, here's a nice little mini mock-up. An Ice Blast, maybe it freezes somebody for a long time. Maybe it's like your neutral B, and you can hold it and he's freezing them for a while. The longer you hold it and it connects with an opponent, then they become frozen for maybe a few seconds, and then combo off into it or whatever. He's got the Ice Slide, freezes down on the ground, slides across, whatever it might be. Ice Clone would be kind of cool. Creates a little clone of himself, whatever position that you would use the move in. So for this picture, he's kind of like crouching down or whatever. It'd just kind of be another obstacle, and if the opponent ends up touching it or whatever, they might take a bit of damage. Sub-Zero can pick it up and chuck it, so it would be kind of, in a way, like a weapon projectile, something like that. The ground ice, you could freeze the ground and, you know, freeze the person in place. Potentially, this would have more of like an angle instead of just straight up, so maybe the range wouldn't be as bad. You could do like a sliding shoulder tackle. He comes from a fighting game, after all. The moveset's already there. You don't have to go over too much to try to sell people on, but plus, Mortal Kombat's on the Switch. Mortal Kombat 11, the most recent entry, is on the Switch. So, potentially, and I think Ed Boon, somebody was telling me in the comments, I don't keep up with Ed Boon on Twitter at all, but I guess he's been very, very very hush-hush about any sort of talk for Mortal Kombat and Smash Bros. Or something like that. So, I don't know if he, you know, signed an NDA and he's just not saying anything about it. It's a potential, you know, that's a thing that could maybe be, you know, real. I don't know. I think Mortal Kombat, definitely the recognizability around the world, people know what it is. So I think it can happen. It definitely can happen. But for me, Spyro gets my vote. I'd much rather see Spyro. Even if it was Spyro against Scorpion, because I think I'd rather see Scorpion than I would Sub-Zero or anybody else. I'd still rather see Spyro, so he gets my vote. Very simple for that one. So, yeah, let me know who you guys got down in the comments. You're going to go with Sub-Zero or you're going to go Spyro. Remember, this is the loser bracket. The loser of this is done from the tournament now. So, make sure you get your vote in. Make sure it counts. But that is it for this one. So, sneak peek for tomorrow. Let's get the matchup. Sorry, not the matchup. The results for tomorrow. It's going to be from Cuphead and Agumon. Should be an interesting one. And then the matchup, we will have game 82, Chrono against Shadow. That should be a nice one. So that's the results and the matchup for tomorrow. But today is today, and today is coming to an end. But I guess with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.